You know, before YouTube fucked it all up, I had the greatest job in the world, opening for Hypnocast every night.
But then we got the call, and YouTube hammered us for Moxie's tits.
So now I'm jobless and broke with nowhere to go.
Your phone ringing.
Oh,
Your
the phone
ringing.
is ringing.
Big boy, come pick up your phone. How you know pick up your phone? Your phone.
Hello, this is the Gopher. Who is it?
Hello, Gopher. The time is now. Hypnocast Season 3 is here, and we want you back.
Holy shit, boys, we are back in business. That son of a bitch is gonna scream any minute now. Let the show begin.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Probably all agree you can't cut 12-year-old Timmy's cock off.
Yeah. I like how you said cut for like half a second.
Yeah. Well, it's cut and cock, and it came out cuck, and yeah, that's. Whoops! Oh fuck! Oh no! Mistakes were made.
He's been waiting in the shadows patiently.
I just smashed JT the fuck out of this.
Your face is turning red.
Yeah, because I know that the next SNH I'm gonna be fucked.
Oh yeah.
But at least I
with a
won't be
horse
fucked.
cock.
That's an unknown part of the map, so I didn't see it yet. Could I survive if I jump? Nope. Nope. Nope.
America the greatest country in the world?
No.
If you were offered a one-way ticket to leave the country, never come back, but it's all expenses paid, would you accept that offer?
I don't think that I would leave. I wouldn't leave either.
Wow.
Oh, I just it's okay. I did that. I took him with me. Oh shit.
Yo.
It's always the black people holding everybody else down.
Time out. All right. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Tired of this shit. This communist ass game, whatever. Just doesn't want.
Somebody else got it. You didn't get in.
Yeah, it's just a lot of racism today. All right, y'all have fun. I'll just continue to watch and go concede.
Sounds good.
And look at this motherfucker pretending he's gonna watch more Stranger Things.
Yeah, you know he's gonna watch Stranger Things all day. Either that or like some game or something.
Doesn't mean I don't have my phone next to me.
Watching porn.
That's tomorrow. Okay, bye.
MILF Hunters Part 14.
Now, Hypno, I could have hit you with a shuriken. I opted not to because I'm a good friend.
That's fucked up, you liar. You're a liar. You're an absolute liar. You're a liar. I knew it. Never trust white people.
Thank you, and I wouldn't have done it. You could have said thank you, but you said like, yeah,
Because I knew you were gonna do it. Jesus. Oh my God, what is happening in the chat right now? Welcome everybody to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right, we are live, boys. We are live, we are live, we are live. We're gonna dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do any of that, you gotta bring it in close, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. We gotta hug it out, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on in the chat tonight, but people are fired up, man. People are fired up. Jesus. There is so much green. I've never seen so much green in my life. There's so much green, guys. Bring it in. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Bring it in. Come on. We got to hug it out. Don't listen. Don't be like that. I see you. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Ill hugs. That profile picture is perfect for this kind of attitude. What do you mean ill hugs? Everybody go hug Lenny right now. Everybody go target Lenny and hug Lenny right now. Right fucking now. Look at this shit, man. Go hug Lenny. None of this ill hugs nonsense. What kind of bullshit is that? It's ridiculous. All right, guys, listen very closely. Oh my God, there's more greed. What the fuck is with the greed? If you are watching on YouTube, like the stream. Like the stream. Let's go. If you are watching on Rumble, like the stream. If you are watching on Twitter, like the post. And if you're watching anywhere else right now, you are going to be forced to hug with Old Man Cad while his dick is out, because for some reason, he just always does that. It starts to get awkward. I'm just saying, like the stream, man. Guys, we are fired up today, man. Holy shit. I cannot believe I'm looking at the donation tab right now. And I don't think I've ever seen this many green, like this much green. Like, don't get me wrong, we've obviously gotten a lot of memberships before, but not from this many people all at the same time. I don't know what's going on, but this is crazy, man. But can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking? What are we checking today, guys? Needless to say, the internet has exploded. I got to be honest with you. I kind of knew that Phil Spencer was going to be retiring. That was pretty obvious. I felt like his retirement was at least within the next couple of years. But I did not expect that the same day that he retires, that Sarah Bond also resigns at the same exact time. I was not expecting that. That is something that caught me by surprise. And then to have her replacement at the same exact time means that all of this was planned. All of this was planned. You know, goddamn well that woman did not resign if they already had her replacement ready to go. So, especially since Phil Spencer's leaving as well. So that's pretty crazy. But what else are we checking? We got an ass grabber check. What else are we checking, boys? We got Winrose looks awesome check. You know, I looked at that game. Looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie to you. We got I can't do memberships from my phone check. Hey, get a new phone. Get it. I'm just kidding. We got ass grabber check again. We got do-rag check. Captain do-rag to you, my man. We got check the check. We got 10-cent check. We got fentanyl check. We got Xbox needs a spring cleaning check. We got Xbox's cooked cut check. We got thank God it's Friday. Hey, man, it's the best day of the week. It is the best day of the week. I hope you guys are excited. It seems like you are, considering all the green that's going on right now. Like the stream, though. Don't forget to like the stream. Otherwise, that might be a little bit gay. So don't forget to like the stream. You can't do a membership on an iPhone check. It sounds like you got to get rid of an iPhone. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding. We got fuck check. We got don't touch me check. Everybody hug Mr. Melancholy right now. Hug him right now. We got I like to smoke Toad Venom check. We got check the check again. We got chicken tenders check. We got Hypno Felted me check. Sure did. Everybody, I saw Time Pound Howler say that I was going to be 2 minutes late. So because I like to be petty, I purposely waited 3 minutes just so that he would be wrong. It just is what it is. That's just how it goes. We got, okay, sure, Sonya check. We got Android's better check. We got Sonya loves hugs check. I agree. PC Master Race check. That's a lot of checks. All right, guys, listen, ESG scores are at their maximum. We are fully funded. Like the stream. Let's go. We got to do the Bigot Army roll call, man. Who's hanging out with us today? Who is in this chat right now? Joining what's going to be a legendary stream, I am sure. Let's see who is here. We got Raza saying, lick the streams check. She's licking everything, boys. Raza is licking everything. Let's go. It's Friday. It's going to be a good day. We got Raven says, meltdown incoming check over on Rumble. Shout out to Raven. We got Hanny. DSP gooning check. That is just weird. That is definitely weird. We got Dragon Knight over on Rumble. We got Yamato 85. We got Y. It's got to say it like that. You got to say like why. You know what I mean? We got Weedy for Sweetie. What's going on, dude? D Draconic over on Rumble. Dylan B. Darth Dimos is in the chat. Air Razor X over on Rumble. We got Denarier holding it down on Rumble. What's going on, dude? We got Zevin Cross. What's going on, Zevin Cross? How you doing? 2K GameCuber. John D. Black Tailgate. Memberships from my laptop. Look at that. Look, Black Tailgate is a legend. He's like, I can't do memberships from my phone, so I'm going to go on the computer and drop a membership. What a fucking badass, bro. Look at this guy. We got Fractal Mage. We got Raza again. We got a Kickin' the Nuts, a.k.a. a Kickin' Danitz. What's going on, dude? We got Dragon. We got Sonya. We got Sanikin. We got Mr. Melancholy. We got Grimlock. We got Creepier07. Gray Soul over on Rumble. We got, let me scroll down, Kurakami. We got Miss Molly. Limitless Andre. Blue Octopus is screaming at the top of her lungs. What's going on? We got Matthew with the Hero Priest. We got Nick Havoc. Ali Kusanagi, Dade 404. We got Romanizer 24. Lenny Kuhn. Lenny Kuhn. Lenny Kuhn. What's up, man? We got Tanya Raven. We got Midnight Mike. Old Man Cad. He is supervised. He asked earlier if he could donate, and I said, no. Thou shalt not donate. We got, who else is here? Life Arid over on Rumble. Peaches and Cream. What's going on, Peaches? We got Darth Dimos making sure everybody knows that he's here. He is here. Shout out to Darth Dimos. He has made his presence known. All right, boys. 4 more people. Let's go. We got Ron DFK with the hat. Everybody look at the hat. Everybody look at the hat. Touch the hat. There you go. We got Christopher Lloyd. Panther questioning his entire existence. We got Y again. We got Alucard. We got Matthew Watson. He's here and he's baked. We got this annoying motherfucker. Scampus, these fucking cats nobody likes. Kick the cat. We got JKM. We got, who else is here? Let me scroll down a little bit. We got Zalosi. We got Dark Tanave. And last but not least, we got Azermain Sword. We got Jack. And you can see the rest of the name. We got China. And we got Screw Your Feelings. Crash Collins over on Rumble. King Demon Wing, the legend. Demon Carol, another legend. And Joker, Quad JK. And Novak. And Ali Kusanagi. And Dan Ocean, the 11. All right, guys, listen. I called out as many people as I possibly fucking could. Let's sacrifice your fellow Bigot Army member. Listen. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Hold on. Look at this guy. Your mom. And then he says, your mom again. He did it twice. You know what, boys? Listen. You know what? I respect that. I respect that. I respect that so much that considering Friday is the biggest money shot of the week, we're talking massive. We're talking extra sticky. We're talking sussy wussy, right? Considering it's the biggest one of the week, I'm going to thank you for this message by donating to you the biggest money shot of the week. Congratulations, Trey Burkhalter. Get the glasses ready. Get the glasses ready. You are the recipient of the money shot today.
What the?
That's right. That's right. Not fair? And that's fine. Life is not fair. Congratulations, Trey Burkhalter. Go clean up, my man. I appreciate you. He's never going to send me a red boy ever again. He's never going to do it. All right, guys, listen. In all seriousness, we got a lot. We got to talk about, man. There's crazy shit going down in the gaming world, man. It is wild what is happening right now in the gaming world. Obviously, as you can see from the title card, a lot of it's going to have to do with Xbox today. Xbox, I mean, dropped some crazy news. Phil Spencer's retiring. Sarah Bond resigned. And I really don't think it's a resignation, but, it's going to publicly, it's going to be known as a resignation. So we'll just go with that. And there's a brand new CEO that's in charge of Xbox gaming. And apparently she comes from Xbox's AI department, which I find to be hilarious. So we got to talk about all of that and the internet's reaction to all of that nonsense because it's crazy. We have the new CEO of Microsoft's gaming first announcement. We're going to go over everything that she said about what she plans to do to Xbox because, again, it's crazy. We also have the company panicking. Apparently, everybody thinks layoffs are on the way because, Sarah Bond's leaving and Phil Spencer retired. But they're trying to damage control. They're trying to be like, no, that's not going to happen. We all know what's going to happen. We all know what's going to happen. But they're lying to their employees and saying that it's not going to happen. This is the same company that fired tens of thousands of employees and replaced a lot of them with AI. But anyway, I digress. So we're going to talk about all the Xbox-related nonsense today, and it's a lot of it. We're also going to talk about something interesting regarding Blue Point Studio, and apparently Sony sending a cease and desist letter to somebody who was working on a fan project that was inspired by Bloodborne. He finally talked about it today. We got some Neo 3 news, which, by the way, we're going to be playing Neo 3 after this stream. The gaming streams are back, boys, so we're going to have some fun. We're also going to talk quite a bit about Resident Evil 9. There are some crazy spoilers going around, and ladies and gentlemen, if you specifically remember, about a week or two ago, I made a prediction regarding the story around Resident Evil 9, and I'm happy to say that your boy has been vindicated. I was right on the fucking money with my prediction as to what was going to happen. The foreshadowing was there. Everything was there. We can't discuss the spoilers specifically about this game because of, well, I don't want to spoil it for people that are going to play it. And not only that, I don't want to get struck by Capcom because apparently they're threatening legal action. Okay. They're threatening legal action to everybody and their mother that talks about the spoilers in any way whatsoever. So we're going to discuss it in a light manner, but we're still going to discuss it regardless because fuck them. They can't stop the internet. We're also going to talk about Ubisoft. Ubisoft has confirmed there is a new Assassin's Creed and Far Cry game that is coming and is coming soon. And apparently he made a comment about his son being in charge of those games. There's obviously claims of nepotism and all that stuff. So we're going to talk about that. We got some Roblox news and we got something related to Skate, which is pretty interesting. We got to talk about Skate because it looks like they're going back on their word where they promised people that they were not going to paywall new locations that were added to the game. And lo and behold, they're doing exactly that. They're going back on their word. And they said, this is all they said. Sometimes plans have to change. Oh, that tells me that you're not making as much money with the game as you thought you were going to make. So now you're trying to fuck the people who were investing time into your game. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. All right, anyway, we got a lot we got to go over, boys. We also got something with Knight's Path. We're going to try to cover something with Knight's Path that I want to go over. So before we do any of that, guys, not the pre-stream legends. We're not going to do the pre-stream legends just yet. I need you guys in the chat to just explain to me what the fuck is this? Like what am I looking at, bro? Like why is this being spread around on Twitter? Why is this Apex Legends VTuber being spread around on Twitter? What the fuck is this? Bro, how is what this is? How, like, why is this going viral? Why is this chin? YouTube, this is his chin, by the way. This is his chin. What the fuck is this, bro? This is what Apex is about. Is this what Apex Legends players do? Is this what you guys do? What the fuck is this? This is crazy. Oh my God, look at those teeth. Look at those teeth, bro. Oh my God. At least McDuggins had a little bit of majesticness to him. I don't know what the fuck this is. Look at those teeth, bro. This is crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know, man. It looks like somebody took their character from Avowed and turned it into a VTuber. At least that's how it looks anyway. Oh my God. Bro. I just want him to stop smiling. Just stop smiling, please. Oh my, I'm taking it off the screen. YouTube, I don't know what the fuck that was. That is crazy, man. That chin, you definitely got a lot of explaining to do with that chin, bro. Oh man. Anyway, I just needed to ask that question because to be honest with you guys, this was sent to me by one of the members of SNH. I'm not going to name them because they suck for sending that to me. And I'm like, why would you send this to me? What's wrong with you? Anyway, is that McDuggan's wife? That is insulting. This is Apex, by the way. Yeah, I know. I said that. I said, what is this what Apex Legends players do? What are we doing? Anyway, all right. Now we got to thank the pre-stream legends, guys. We got to thank the people. We got to thank the people that took the extra step to go above and beyond today. And oh my God, is it a lot of you? Oh my God, is it a lot of you, man? I have never seen this many memberships from so many different people. Don't get me wrong. I've seen 50 membership bangers nonstop before, but goddamn, is this a lot of green, boys? It's like everybody took part and they just started throwing it in. They just started throwing it in the ring. Memberships like crazy. So let's thank the people that went the extra step. I appreciate it. We got Vet Gamer Bocephus with a 5. It took Xbox losing a few $100 million to finally cut out the problem, but I bet they hire even worse. Yeah, I mean that's the word that's going around town right now regarding the new CEO. But we're gonna go over it, Vet Gamer. So give us a few. Mr. Melancholy with a 2. Xbox needs a spring cleaning to get rid of the rot. I would say that Xbox is so rotten to the core, or Microsoft. I should specify Microsoft is so rotten to the core that I honestly think we are well past a spring cleaning. I don't think a spring cleaning is going to help them whatsoever. I think we need we need to set the place on fire and rebuild from the ground up. But to be fair, I feel like that's a lot of studios, so it's fine. Little Hypnotic, what a 5, who's a Super Saiyan, by the way. Miss Sonia and Uncle T-Jab are the best. That's all. Okay, I'm going to bed. Good. Go to bed. Thank you for the 5, even though it's my own 5 because you used my own credit card. So there's that. Shout out to Little Hypnotic. All right, this is when it started getting crazy. You guys ready for this? King Demon Wing dropped a massive, absolutely insane 50 membership, ultra, mega, hyper banger. Jesus Christ, man.
Fucking go! It's a membership banger!
And considering that is the first one of the stream, you already know what that means. Shout out to the absolute legend, King Demon Wing. I already know what this man wants. We're going to give him the clips that he desires because this was insane. 50 memberships is fucking wild.
It's a Red Boy Hyper Banger, bitches! Let's bring the ladies in!
Needless to say, tier 2 has been hit. Jesus Christ, what's happening in the chat, man? This is crazy. This is fucking insane. I have never, bro, when's the last time we've seen something like this? What the fuck is going on, bro? What is happening? King Demon Wing, thank you for the 50 membership ultra mega hyperbanger. Jesus. I appreciate that. And now you guys ready for the train? Here comes the train. Miss Molly smacking in 1 membership. Thank you, Miss Molly. Felsteph smacking in 1 membership. Thank you, Felsteph. Ali Kusanagi smacking in 1 membership. Thank you, Ali Kusanagi. And then Black Tailgate smacking in a membership. Thank you, Black Tailgate. Jesus Christ, man. And then we got Mr. Melancholy smacking in a membership. Thank you, Mr. Melancholy. I appreciate that. We had Uper for 22 months of legendary statuses. Howdy, all. What's going on, Uper? How you doing, brother? And then we got Tanya Raven smacking in a membership. Thank you, Tanya Raven. And then Miss Molly followed it up again with a membership. Shout out to Miss Molly. Appreciate that. Black Tailgate did it again. Thank you, Black Tailgate. Then Felsteph did it again. Thank you, Felsteph. And then Raza decided to smack in a membership. Shout out to Raza. Thank you so much. Jesus. Then we got Peaches and Cream with the 5 membership.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Shout out to Peaches and Cream. God damn. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And then Tanya Raven smacked in another membership. Thank you so much. And then Zelosi dropped a 5 membership bang.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
This is absolute insanity. Seriously, this is absolute insanity. What the fuck is going on, boys? What what is happening? I have no idea, but it's insane. And then Midnight Mike smacked in a membership. Shout out to Midnight Mike. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you, my man. And then Rod DFK with a 5 said, I can't believe how vulgar Xbox gamers are. Do they kiss their mom with those mouths? What do you do when Xbox gamers cry? You console them. He just had to, right? He just had to in the middle of the chaos. He was just like, yep. That's what we're going to do. In the middle of all this green. In the middle of all this red. It's crazy, bro. Thank you. Look at the hat, guys. Look at the hat. Weedy for Sweetie decided to drop a 5 membership banger right after that, saving the day.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Guys, this is absolutely insane. I've lost count. Sincerely. I've lost count. Gray Soul decided to drop a 5 membership banger right after that.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Shout out to Gray Soul. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate that. Tanya with a 2 says, you're still late and gay. Don't blame lag, yo. Listen, I blame time-bound. I blame time-bound Howler. That's what I did. That's what I did. China with a 2. Xbox might as well be Xbox because it's Kutka. That is a true statement, but I'm still drumming it. Regardless. Mervoth with a 12. A year of service and crazy shift in gaming. Capcom has to be seething. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Dark Today in the chat is screaming more. More green. Shinfield, more green. More green. More. That's crazy, bro. You guys were nuts, man. You guys were nuts. And then Weedy for Sweetie followed it up with another 5 memberships. God, jeez.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Shout out to Weedy for Sweetie with the 5 memberships. The train is still going. This is insane. And then we got a Kickin' Dan. It's throwing in a membership. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate that. And then out of nowhere, Zevin Cross dropped. He's matching King Demon Wing, and he dropped a 50 membership ultra mega hyper bang.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
And because Old Man Cad managed to convince Zevin Cross to give him Asians. We're going to give him Asians, but I didn't see what he wanted after that. So he could tell me after the fact while this clip is playing. You're getting lucky, old man Cad. You're getting lucky.
Oh my god, it's a Red Boy hyper banger.
Zevin Cross. I played Asians for Old Man Cad and he said for me to pick, so I picked Latinas. Shout out to you guys, man. Zevin Cross, that's absolutely insane. King Demon Wing, to answer your question, according to YouTube, it says we're about 60 away. So I don't know if that's 60 after the fact. I really don't know how this works because memberships fall off and then they go back on and they fall off again, then they go back on again. I have no fucking idea. Depending on when memberships fall off, but it's about 60. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. We shall see. I'll check it tomorrow. With all these memberships, I'll check it tomorrow and see if we get it. Maybe we got it. Who knows? It takes about 24 hours. Oh, no. Tomorrow's Saturday. Fuck. Tomorrow's Saturday. Fuck. I don't think it's going to update tomorrow. Fuck. All right. If it doesn't update tomorrow, I'll check Monday. I will check Monday, my man. Zevin Cross, thank you so much. Sincerely, 50 memberships is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Thank you for that. Crazy. Melodic Method says, I can't believe there's any gray people left in the chat. There's a lot of gray people in the chat. Even Zevin Cross is gray. Even Zevin Cross is gray. He just dropped 50 memberships on the entire chat. It's fucking wild. It's wild. But anyway, speaking of Melodic Method with a $100 Red Boy Hyper Banger, and he says he wants Warhammer Girls. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do.
All right, boys, we have another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
to Melodic Method with the $100 Red Boy Hyper Banger. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. All right, we got 2 more in the membership train over on YouTube, and we will finally be caught up, man. These memberships are insane. I know there's a lot of great people in the chat, but that's because we're blessed enough to have a lot of people hanging out with us. So we appreciate everybody who's here, green or not. Although the gray is a little bit weird looking when almost everybody's green. But that's okay. Panthera, give some membership, throwing it in there. Thank you so much, Panthera. I appreciate that, my man. And then Bebop, give some membership as well. Thank you, Bebop. I appreciate that, my man. That is 2 memberships from Panthera and Bebop. That is legendary. And then over on Rumble, we got DJ Conic with $1 says Xbox is cooked. Happy Friday, Bigot Army. What's up, DJ Conic? How you doing, my man? I appreciate that. And then Dead Eyes Lock with $1 says all the antifreeze in the world can't save Xbox from suffering a crash the size of Ubisoft's layoffs. That is true. That is absolutely true. Okay, we're good. We're good on Rumble. Okay, perfect. Bro, what? Oh my god. Oh my god. Dark Name is like more. That reminds me of Kylo Ren, man. More. This is, bro, what is this? This is another one? Yeah, Creepier, another one. I need to get that clip. Can I download that easily? Let me see. I want that clip. I should have that clip. Let me see. Another one. Yes. I could get the clip. Hold on. I could get the clip right now. Give me a second. Another one. We need this. For moments like this, we need this, bro. We need this. Hold on. Here we go. Let's see if this one's the right one. Let's see.
Another one.
Oh shit. That's perfect. That's perfect for 50 membership hyperbangers. That is absolutely perfect, bro. I gotta do it again.
Another one.
Oh man, Zevin Cross dropped another one, a 50 membership ultra mega hyperbanger. Jesus Christ, my man. I'm gonna assume he's gonna tell me to pick the clips, so I guess I'm just gonna have to pick the clips. And how is he not a member? Can somebody please give Zevin Cross a membership? This man just dropped 100 in the chat. What's going on?
All right, boys, we got another Red Boy Hyperbanger. Let's get the ladies in.
Shout out to Zevin Cross dropping yet another 50 membership. Insane ultra mega hyper banger, bro. That's crazy, man. Sincerely, I appreciate that. I can't say thank you enough, man. Now you made new lore. You and King Demon Wing made new lore. Every 50 membership hyper banger, we're doing another one. Another one. Felstep with a membership. Thank you, Felstep, throwing it in there again. I appreciate that. Frag Monkey throwing in a membership as well. Thank you, Frag Monkey. Fighter 4 became a member all on his own. Thank you, Fighter 4. And then he said, you know what? That's not good enough. I need to drop a 5 membership banger right after that as well on the chat.
Fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Shout out to Fighter 4. I appreciate that, my man. Miss Molly's like, more. That's insane. That's insane. All right. So people are saying I missed some on Rumble, but they're not showing me. The only that's weird. The first one that I see is Draconic with Xbox is cooked, so I might be missing some. Let me see if any of the mods. Let me see if Sonia sent me anything over. Let me see. I don't know if she did or did not, but I'm not sure. Mods, I don't know if you can see what we might be missing on Rumble, but let me know. I'll definitely make sure to get to that. I'm sorry, Rumble. Scroll up. I did scroll up. That's the first thing that I did, and it's capped off. It's capped off at Draconic saying hi to Timebound Howler, basically. So not really sure what's going on with that, but she'll send it over to me. She should be able to see it. And we'll see. Mervot says, yo, dog, you skipped the donation I gave you. A few others too. Yeah, I know. It's not showing. You guys gotta remember, with Rumble donations, it doesn't show up on StreamYards. It only shows up in the native chat. And sometimes the native chat refreshes without me even knowing. So that's why we try to have everybody keep track of them so that I don't miss them. But once she sends that over to me, I will get to them. I got you guys. No worries. Thank you, Fighter 4. I appreciate that. Okay, hold on. Let me X this out. Let's get into the topics. We're fully caught up aside from the Rumble ones that are missing. So once she sends them over to me, I will get to those immediately. But thank you guys so much for the insane membership train all over the place. Honestly, I can't believe it. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you for that. And yeah, I'm seeing like 90% green people in the chat, which is amazing. All right, let's get into it, boys. Let's talk about this. Let's start off with some fast topics while we wait for the Rumble chats. So I saw this post from Tebow over on X. Actually, hold on. Let me fix myself here. Can't see the ears. There we go. Also, to answer you guys' questions, my time has freed up a little bit. So now that my time has freed up a little bit, not only are the gaming streams coming back, but I'm also going to be working on a lot more clips. So we also have the SNH battle for tomorrow. I'm not going to be telling you what it is. We're going to be keeping it a secret so that we can have some fun and just see what people's reactions to tomorrow. But I'll be working on a ton of clips to try to add to the rotation. So stay tuned for that. Got to put in some work, man. Some dumb goy says, why is it so green in here? Because people are going crazy today, some dumb goy. People are going crazy. I've never seen this many memberships back to back from so many different people. It's crazy. It's crazy, some dumb goy. Yo, Camelot is in the chat. He says, shout out to Hypno and the boys. What's up, man? Shout out to Camelot. Everybody say what's up to Camelot, man. How you doing? Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I appreciate it. Zero Hero says, I still see some grays. Yeah, we're going to have some grays. But that's okay. Whatever memberships come in, they might, get a membership or they might not. Maybe they're a branded account. Who knows? All right, let's talk about this really quick. So Tebow made a post. Frag Monkey, another membership from Frag Monkey, and he got Camelot. Yo, Frag Monkey just got Camelot. Oh my god. Oh my god. Frag Monkey just got Camelot. That is hilarious, bro. With one membership. Wow.
Holy shit.
Wow, that's funny. Shout out to a Frag Monkey, bro. Yo, Camelot literally just came in here. He's like, hi, and then he gets a membership. What the fuck, bro? What the Anyway, all right. No, seriously, let's get into this, boys. We're going to work on those Rumble rants. Let's scroll up to the Tebow post. So Tebow made a post over on X, and ironically, he was quote tweeting Knight's Path. And the thing is, Knight's Path was responding to New Day, and I was involved in this conversation, and I'll show you the thread or whatever. But actually, yeah, let's start with that. So New Day says, I wonder if they read the whole tweet or if they stopped at Knight's Path, right? Now she was referencing her post. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Where is her post? Hold on. Nope. Right here. Okay, so she was referencing how 1348X Voto is getting felted, right? How the demo is just getting absolutely cooked. You know, I released a video today talking about that. We also talked about that yesterday. So she said, let's see how many people actually show up when Knight's Path releases. This is exactly what I mean when I say pandering to either extreme is a dumb idea. These people don't play games, right? And, you know, I totally get that, you know, calling out the modern audience and everything. I mean, we did that yesterday, so whatever, it's fine. But I think she was trying to reference that Knight's Path was trying to pander to the opposite side, or whatever the case would be. And I get where she's coming from. So Knight's Path ended up liking the tweet that she said. And then she said, I wonder if they read the whole tweet or if they stopped at Knight's Path, right? So she's questioning, because obviously she's criticizing Knight's Path in a way, but not fully. She's criticizing more so the idea of pandering to either side instead of just people who buy video games, which I could agree with to an extent. But Knight's Path ended up responding in probably the most based way that you could possibly respond to a post like that. So Knight's Path said the following: games should be judged by gameplay, and that is what you seem to be doing. All the buzz on social media doesn't really matter. If we release a shitty game, our game will flop. It is as simple as that, and I 100% agree with you on that take. I mean, guys, isn't that so simple and amazing? So she says, they're winning me over, not gonna lie. Also just learned there's a demo in the works for Knight's Path. Kind of sad I'm impressed by devs doing the bare minimum, but hey, in today's economy, transparency and being open to criticism is priceless. Keep it up. I'll try the demo when it's out. I mean, that is such a simple, based answer. Instead of trying to pander, instead of trying to virtue signal, instead of trying to everything, all they're saying is that if our game is good, it's gonna do good. If our game is trash, it's gonna flop. That's just what it is, right? And I agree. I agree with Knight's Path 100% on that sentiment. So Tebow ended up, quote tweeting that, and that's where this post came from, where he said the following: we need far more of this in the games industry. Developers who actually hear and respond to concerns and criticism without alienating the majority of their target audience. Too often, video games are broken down into two simplified categories, which is woke and based. The reality is that many games contain elements that one person would call based and another person would refer to as woke, which is unbelievably true, by the way. And it's up to the interpretation of the individual player as to whether or not either of those monikers apply, right? Actually, the fun fact, Baldur's Gate 3 probably is the best example of this. People will see all the gay relationships in the game, and they'll call the game woke. And then people will see all the straight relationships in the game and all the gooning that you could do to certain characters with nice, voluptuous titties, and they'll be like, well, that's based. You know what I mean? It all depends on who's looking at it. But there's a reason why that game was so successful. And I've said it so many times. It's because that game gave you the ability to do pretty much whatever you wanted. It didn't really matter which side you were on, you know? Tiger King says, I despise Baldur's Gate 3. Guys, did you know the sky is blue? Anyway, shout out to Tiger King. So, Hellblade is another great example, as are The Last of Us and Life is Strange. Plenty of people who don't even identify as anti-woke enjoy these games, but then despise their sequels, as the stories became propagandistic, I can't say that word, and ham-fisted at the expense of overall enjoyment. You know, I said from the beginning with The Life is Strange, I'm like, this is not my kind of game. You know, this is not my kind of game in the slightest. The gameplay just looks boring to me. And then when I played the game, that's exactly what happened. The gameplay was super boring to me. However, I'm able to understand and adhere to the fact that the story of Life is Strange, the first game, is actually really good. Really, really good. Like almost shockingly good. The fact that they can tie up all the loose ends and they remember all the little details that they drop into the game, like, it's very good. And the story is the only reason why, outside of reviewing the game officially because you guys wanted me to, it was the only reason why I kept going. Otherwise, the gameplay was fucking boring as shit to me. But in any case, I do understand what he's saying, and it is true. A lot of these video games, when you really look at those video games, you really dive into what they are, you're going to see a little bit of everything. If the game is made well, Hogwarts Legacy is probably another example of that. Hogwarts Legacy had some woke elements in it. Absolutely. The character creator was so obvious, right? How you could basically make a trans character, all that stuff. Like, it was pretty obvious. But then again, RPG creators have been giving the ability to do weird shit like that for the longest time. It's only now that it has some real world political connotation. Otherwise, it was just known as making a stupid fucking character back in the day. You know, when back in the day, when you would make a male character that had a female voice, that was just considered stupid and trolling. Now it's propaganda. Now it's political because some moron made it political, right? Obviously, one of the most obvious inserts in the game was the what the fuck is that fucking NPC's name in the Three Broomsticks? Oh my god, jeez, my memory is getting bad, bro. What's the chick with the dude with the big nose? Whatever the fuck starts with an S. I forgot the name, man. I forgot the name. What's the name? You guys know the name. Come on, tell me. What's the name? What's the name? It starts with an S. She is not worth naming. No, I need to know the name. It's not Tosh. It's not Tosh. No, that's Dragon Age. It's Lady Suron. Man, Saronia. Is it Suron? Saronia. Is it Saronia? It might be Saronia. I'm going to look it up right now. Hogwarts Legacy to trans NPC. Serona Ryan. Okay. So Serona Ryan is probably the best example of that in Hogwarts Legacy, where they just put that character in there just to say that they were in there. Outside of that, it was never really expanded upon in any meaningful way whatsoever. And, you know, that character really wasn't an important character that much anyway. Even you don't remember exactly, because I looked at that and I'm like, that's stupid. I'm going to take that out of my brain and I'm going to move on. But besides the point, a lot of these big video games are going to have these elements that sometimes you're not going to agree with them. It doesn't mean that it's a bad game. It just means that, you know, the developers decided to put something you might not agree with. Another perfect example. Everybody and their mother praises Elden Ring as one of the greatest games ever. It sold an ungodly amount of copies. Disgusting amount of copies. The game has A and B body types in it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it's going to be. There are some elements in good video games that are going to have things you disagree with. But unfortunately, there's going to be situations where people are going to get a little bit tribalistic about it. They're going to be like, well, it has that one thing in it, so the rest of the game is trash. I don't believe in that. I've never believed in that. I look at things as an additive thing. Okay, how much bullshit is in the game, and does it start to add up? If it starts to add up, and it gets to the point where it overtakes the game, then that's when I'm like, all right, I'm out. You know? You're playing Elden Ring right now as I'm listening to you. Based, Tim Grove. Based. But in any case, I do agree with what he's saying here for the most part. So at the end of the day, what matters most is whether or not the game was well made, was enjoyable, worth the money, and didn't try to lecture. That's the big part too. That's the big part too, right? So the lecturing is a huge part of it. Because you've had video games in the past, I'm looking at you, Hideo Kojima, that involved real-world politics. But it didn't lecture to you. It was trying to tell you an in-game story, in-world story that had real-world politics involved in it, and they tied it all together to make it something interesting. Unfortunately, that skill has seemingly gone the way of the dodo bird in recent times. Writers just don't have the ability to keep their lectures out of it. They use their characters as like a TED Talk, and they use it as a means to try to tell everybody how terrible they are if they don't use the right pronouns for, you know, XYZ character. But it's really annoying. It's really annoying. But anyway, that's besides the point. what ultimately matters most is whether or not the game fulfills its primary purpose to entertain. Right. And also, there's other aspects to that, too, other than just entertainment. You also got to understand, does the video game actually provide the value that it says that it is going to provide at the price it is asking you to pay? If you have a $70, $80 video game and it's providing you a lecture, you're probably going to be really upset. But if you have a $70, $80 video game that has body type A and B, but it provides you an amazing value and an amazing experience like Elden Ring, you're probably not going to be upset, right? You mean like Dustborn? Exactly. Dustborn is literally just propaganda. The entire game is meant to be propaganda. There is not a single chapter in that game that doesn't try to make you feel bad for being a chud, basically. That's what it is. That's the entire reason why that game exists. Right? So you're currently playing Metal Gear Solid 5. It's absolute peak. Nice. I don't know if I would consider Metal Gear Solid 5 to be peak. I would probably consider, I mean, I really like 2, even though a lot of people hated 2 at the time. I think 3 is peak. I think Snake Eater is absolutely fucking peak. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I agree with all this, and I'm just happy to see Knight's Path is out there with the proper mindset. This tells me that for them, it's all about it is all about the game itself, and that's what it should be about. Okay, that is literally what it should be about, and the only thing it should be about. The game should be able to speak for itself, and all these developers out there in modern day that are trying to make you feel bad for not liking their trailer and not giving them money to try their game so that your opinion actually counts, they get upset at you over this. We talked about this yesterday, how even the shills over on social media would try to gaslight you and tell you that you're not allowed to have an opinion unless you play the game. This is the only industry where that exists. There's no other industry that exists where you got to pay the company money in order to have an opinion on what you see, on what you smell, what you hear. It's unbelievable. It's only the gaming industry where they're like, be nice to us, give us money, and then you can criticize us. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. The film industry too? No, they kind of slowly stopped that. We talked about this yesterday because they realized, I guess, over time, because film is ahead of video games because video games take a long time to develop. Films take a long time to film, but nowhere near as long as video games, especially AAA. Right? AAA video games are well behind the film industry. So the film industry is starting to understand they really can't stop online discourse anymore. Their journos really don't have power anymore. Their, official critics really don't have power anymore. And this is why now they pivoted to starting to try to combat what they know the narrative is going to be around certain films. What they started doing is they started trying to prop up films as having like these super low budgets, because they know that YouTubers are going to go out there and start talking about budgets and box office performance and all that, so that they can run their fake stories about, oh, this movie made its budget back in XYZ amount of, that's really what it's about. But anyway, you are correct. The movie industry absolutely is very similar, but I think that they are learning quicker than the gaming industry is. The gaming industry is so far behind everything else. Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain has the best gameplay despite the story lacking. I mean, the gameplay is good. I just wasn't a big fan of the story, but the gameplay was good. I just like Snake Eater. Snake Eater is the best, in my opinion. They never include marketing in the movie budget. Not only that melodic method, but they also rely on the fact that people are really ignorant to how the numbers work, right? So what they'll say is, hey, this movie's budget was $150 million, and it made $160 million domestically. I'm sorry, worldwide. So that means the film made $10 million. No, that's not how this fucking works. You think the movie theaters work for free? No, of course not. The movie theaters take an average of 50%. Domestically, they take a little less, and foreign, they take a little more. But ultimately, you round it out to 50%, and now that number just got cut in half. And you're not even counting the marketing that most budgets don't even include. But they rely on that. They rely on people being uninformed. They rely on people being ignorant. And the gaming industry is the same exact way. This is why they are desperately trying to find a way to get Valve and Steam to police reviews. They keep calling for it. They keep asking Valve to give them censorship tools so that they can make people ignorant and also delete the people that aren't ignorant, just so they can keep pushing it out there, So that's just what it is. Ignorance is deadly. Yeah, I agree. So anyway, shout out to Knight's Path. This is a base response, and hopefully their game is is as good as their mindset. Because if the game is shit, well, the game is shit. And we will tell you guys that when we review it. That's basically it. All right. We stood on that topic way too long. That was supposed to be a fast topic, but it was not. It was not. And that's okay. Not a problem. We're talking. We're talking here. Hold on. So we got a screenshot from Sonia of the 2 memberships that I missed. Hold on. I missed Crash Collins over on Rumble with the membership. Shout out to Crash Collins. Thank you so much for that. And then we got Deaderier with the membership as well. Looks like they were running a train over there as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We got Mervoth. Let me pull up Mervoth's super. Hold on. We got Mervoth with the dollar that says, since I can't dono this on YouTube, I seen many Resident Evil 9 recalls after the reveals. Last leak that did this kind of damage was The Last of Us 2. Still playing and dodging spoilers. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not gonna talk specifics about the spoilers today. I'm gonna try to avoid any specifics, but it's bad. It's bad. A lot of people they're not happy. But the truth is that the game is going to do very well. We just know that Resident Evil 9, curiosity is going to kill the cat in this regard, so a lot of people are going to buy Resident Evil 9. We know that. Dietrich Koenig with $1 says Xbox is cooked. Happy Friday, Bigot Army. Shout out to Dietrich Koenig, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Fucking legend, bro. I think that catches us up on everything with Rumble. I appreciate that. All right, let's X that out. Not including anything new. If there's anything new, then, that's different. But I don't see anything new on Rumble, so I think we're fine. Should you be worried, D'Amato? It depends, man, because here's the truth. You guys want to know the truth? And, maybe I should save it for the Resident Evil segment. I'm gonna save it for the Resident Evil segment. Thank you, Sonia, for sending over the supers for Rumble. I appreciate that. In terms of YouTube, we got Deuce Bagoose with a 10 with the smiley face. Shout out to Deuce Bagoose. Thank you so much. I appreciate the $10. That means a lot to me, man. That means a lot to me, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, let me save it. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for the Resident Evil segment because it's important to keep it all together. Mouse PI is looking good. Oh, it is. It is. It's looking so good, man. I'm excited for that game. All right, let's talk about Skate. I want to talk about Skate because it's really important what we're about to talk about. So, Skate made a promise when it first came out. If you guys don't know, Skate is a free-to-play game. All right? It's a free-to-play game, so, there's no initial investment. But obviously, their money is going to be made on the microtransactions. However, Skate made a promise to their players that when they come out with new locations for the game, when they release new locations for the game, that they were not going to paywall those locations, okay? They made that promise, and now it looks like they are backtracking on that promise, and they said that sometimes plans have to change. Oh, you don't say. So this should be interesting. So Skate players are naturally fucking pissed, as the upcoming third season is briefly paywalling a new location after the developers previously promised that no map areas will be locked behind a paywall. Now, we've all been saying it for years, but a new Skate game should have been one of the easiest slam dunks for EA. Instead, it decided to go the way of a live service game, which, while initially quite popular and well-received, has had a hard time keeping its manual going through the new seasons. Well, see, that's the thing, right? If you don't have the... it's all about, it's all about the retention. We talk about this all the time. When it comes to these live service games, the initial numbers don't really mean a fucking thing unless they're awful. If they're awful, then you're cooked. But if the initial numbers are decent, it's not really going to matter. It's all about the retention, right? So the retention is really important, especially when it's a free-to-play game like this. And if you are losing people quickly, especially, then it's not good, right? If you go over to SteamDB, I haven't even looked at Skate in the longest time. Let's see what Skate is doing on SteamDB. Okay. This is exactly what I'm talking. This is High Guard all over again, bro. Like Skate's a little bit better than High Guard, but still, it's High Guard all over again. 5 months ago, it released at 134,901 all-time concurrent players, right? It's now down to about 2,800 concurrent players in 24 hours. Right? So in 5 months, it's lost the majority of their player base. And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to retention, right? Retention is extremely important for these live service video games. I also remember the game released extremely buggy. All the clips that were going around with Skate were hilarious. I loved looking at them. They were so funny. Okay, bro, the chat says I've got 100 hours in it. I actually like to feel the game. It has potential. And that's fine. See, the problem is that nobody is going to wait around for you to realize your full potential. That's the problem. You're still going to lose people, and they might come back and check you out a year later, 2 years later, but your retention is going to drop if when people join your game and they're willing to give you their time, you are spending their time trying to figure your shit out, right? If you're trying to figure yourself out in the time that it takes, like in that first year, nobody's going to stick around, bro. Nobody's going to stick around. It's the same thing with No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky had the same problem where they promised all these things. They didn't deliver on pretty much almost any of them. And even though they had a lot of players in the beginning, people left. The majority of players left. And people left for many years until eventually they slowly but surely, through constant grind, slowly gained their player base back. But otherwise, people said, fuck it. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. Still early access, though, it doesn't matter. People are gonna get burned out. This is why like early access is good and also bad. Because if a game is in early access and people are playing it to the tune of hundreds of hours, what's gonna happen when the game actually comes out? Most people are gonna be bored of it by then. So it's a blessing and it's a curse for certain video games, depending on the style of video game. I don't think this is that kind of game. But anyway, regardless, the game is at 2,800 in a 24-hour peak, and it's just not looking good, right? So I think this is the reason why they are turning their backs on their original promise about not charging money for any new locations, because considering they don't have as many players as they did 5 months ago, they have to maximize the amount of money they make on whoever's left. So the people that are left are the ones that are going to have to flip the bill. Not only has the player count dropped significantly since launch, but the developers seem to keep making the worst possible choices that keep annoying the community even more. Things have really come to a head in the past 24 hours, though, as the announcement of Season 3, the response to a paywall controversy, seems like the last straw for a lot of players. Skate says the following: we launched Skate in early access so we could build it with players, not behind closed doors. Since September, we've been updating the world, tweaking characters, and adding features our players have been asking for, and there's a lot more coming. Yes, sometimes plans have to change. Ugh. Yeah, I don't think people care, bro. I don't think people care. I think that if you're trying to tell people that the reason why you're going back on your promise before is because sometimes things have to change, yeah, I don't think that's going to be a good enough answer. I think people are going to tell you go fuck yourself. Pretty sure. It also said that sometimes plans have to change, and that's part of the deal when you're building in public, which has gone down about as well as you can imagine. It's not been exactly smooth skating for Skate over the past few months, but this really does seem like a big turning point for a lot of players. The game's subreddit is completely filled with negative reactions to the announcement and the season's content, with some even crying for calls to speak up. Well, let's see. Let's go to our fabled Steam forums. We're going to go to the Steam forums, and we're going to see if anybody is losing their mind over that, or if it's just... Let's see if it's just Reddit. Hold on. So let's go to discussions, and let's scroll down. Oh, what do you know? The first post in the Steam forums. People saying it isn't a paywall. Just because you aren't opening your physical wallet doesn't mean that there isn't a wall. A paywall is any artificial barrier designed to monetize your time or your patience. Paying players get permanent instant access via the premium pass. Free players have to rent the map for 24 hours at a time using 500 RIP chips. It gets worse. Let's see. What's this? Ignoring Isle of Grom paywall backlash. Open World Collection, whatever that was, is practically scrapped. Leaderboards and player-created parks aren't even in development for the game. Oh, boy. First draft of the formal collective feedback. What? Formal collective feedback form? What the fuck is this? Bro, they're that mad that they're trying to write a formal complaint. Oh, my God. Just be aware that I have not written this for the community. I have written this for the corporate business aspect, so I've used their language and terms which is the only way to even be glimpsed at, let alone stand a chance of being taken seriously. Oh my God, bro. These guys are going hard as fuck. I don't think you guys are going to like this. What's changing? The important stuff. Starting with the end of season 2 and going forward, ticks will not roll over from season to season. This includes earned ticks and those purchased with SVP. Like most games with seasonal currencies, that means you'll need to spend your ticks in the season you've earned them, starting now with season 2. But we get it. You have a life, and your ticks shouldn't disappear into the void if you're busy living it a day a new season starts. If you still have ticks at the end of the season, the game will auto-exchange items for you by utilizing those leftover ticks. Oh, boy. So, yeah, it definitely looks like there's a lot of interesting things going on with Skate. And if you look at the forums, everybody's talking about this. What is everyone's problem? Why are people so offended by optional paid access in a free-to-play game? I have played it for a while, and the Season 3 update is an awesome content injection, which the game needs at this point. But so many people are complaining about the LOG access being given to pass holders first. Who cares? It's a free game. It's 2026. Game design is not the same as it was 20 years ago. I'm genuinely looking forward to this update, and I just don't understand why people are so damn righteous about something like early access to an area. Paying money is not compulsory. It's an option. It's ridiculous at this point that people are getting this upset because not everything in this game is free, even though the base game is free. Bro, this is, you know what? This is premier gaslighting, because this person is purposely misunderstanding the argument that people have about Skate, which is the developers made a promise that there will be no paywalling new areas. That is a promise that they made. It's not a promise that the players made. It's a promise the developers made. So if they're going back on that promise, why are you licking their balls? You should be holding them accountable. They're not asking for everything in this game to be free. They're asking for the things that you promised to be free to be free. That's like somebody saying there's not going to be any pay to win in their video game that's free to play. And meanwhile, they start putting items in the cash shop like Epic Gear that gives you the best stats if you spend $30 on it. That's pay to win. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy, bro. People really will. Like, this is a prime example of somebody who loves the game and for some reason is actively seeking people who hate the game and is trying to convince them that their hate for the game right now is unjustified for whatever that reason may be, because they like the game, so they want other people to like the game the same way that they like it. Just because you lick the balls of corporations doesn't mean that other people have to lick the balls of corporations. But anyway, just enjoy the game instead of riling yourselves up about righteous game politics and ethics. Chill out and play the game. Just consume, guys. Just consume. Just consume. Consume. Consumed. I don't know how else to say it other than that. My God, bro. Oh my God. Consume. I love... You know what? We should start calling them Consume Bros. You know what I mean? Maybe I could make a merchandise shirt called Consume Bros or something like that. You know? Just consume. Exactly, Defrost. Just shut up and consume. Why can't you just consume, you fucks? You know, it's free. The game is free. Crazy, man. Yeah, exactly. Stop thinking for yourself and just consume. Akipavi says, eat the bugs, eat the slop. Exactly. Eat the bugs. Just consume. You consume, bros? Eat it. Eat it. Crazy, man. All right, let me X that out. I thought that was a really interesting story, and it's another example of EA doing what EA does, which, again, this is why when Battlefield 6 came out, as good as that game was, I said, don't be surprised by EA's bullshit. I know Battlefield is their baby, but they were promising the world that they weren't going to do whatever, you know, kind of microtransactions. It's only a matter of time before they supposedly say, well, you know, we kind of have to change our plans, you know? It's crazy. Anyway, don't ask questions, just consume product, and then they get excited for next product. Exactly. Exactly. Guys, I saw this article and I could not believe my my eyes. I think this is a problem. I really do think this is a problem. I honestly cannot understand just how culturally important this game is for children, especially considering how dangerous this game is. But a apparently players have spent nearly 10 billion. That's insane, bro. Roughly 10 billion monthly hours in Roblox in 2025. And that is more than Steam, PlayStation, and Fortnite combined. And then you wonder why Roblox is so protected by so many different corporations, why they don't want to pursue any kind of actual lawsuit after Roblox, because the amount of money this game is pulling in is disgusting. It is genuinely disgusting. Roblox alone accounted for 67% of the game's industry growth outside of just China in 2025. So Roblox is responsible for 67% of the industry's growth in the year of 2025, not including China. That is pure insanity to me. I can't fathom these numbers. I just can't understand these numbers, you know? And again, it's Roblox, right? With all the crazy shit. I mean, we just had a kid go missing recently, allegedly because of their involvement with somebody on Roblox. That just happened recently. You know, 67% is crazy, man. Parents, what are you doing, bro? The amount of parents that are letting their kids just consume Roblox with no concern whatsoever is crazy to me. I just can't understand. My brain does not want to understand this. I don't know if this is just me like being in denial or something. I don't know, but I really just can't understand this, bro. There's been 4 kids that went missing due to Roblox just this year. In 2026? Not in 26 has been 4 kids. I've only known of 1. There's 4? What the fuck, bro? Oh my god, dude. Yeah, no, that's insane. That's insane. I just cannot fathom it. I can't. My brain cannot wrap. I mean, look at these numbers, bro. Roblox share of non-China. Look at this. Look at this fucking like graph. Oh my god, dude. This is crazy shit, man. This is yeah. I mean, again, at this point, guys, you know, we got kids raising kids, bro. That's what I think is happening. We got kids raising kids. We got parents that are just not giving a fuck. They're more focused on their own dramas and bullshit instead of raising their kids and getting them off of Roblox. It's just crazy, bro. I can't. Every time I cover Roblox, I get pissed. It's just the parents aren't doing their job. Yeah, basically. Old Man Cass says 2 of them walked right out of the house and hopped on a train. Why the fuck are these kids leaving their homes with their parents not knowing where they're going and hopping on a train to go meet somebody? Oh, sorry. I literally just got a headache. I don't even want to, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Moving on. Ubisoft has confirmed that we have a new Assassin's Creed and Far Cry games that are coming. They're on the way. In case you guys were curious, and you need to keep in mind, this will be the first Assassin's Creed and the first Far Cry that is going to be made under the new studio name, Vantage Studios. So that alone is going to make it interesting because this is going to show us what the influence of Tencent is going to have on Assassin's Creed and Far Cry, and whether or not they end up better or worse after Tencent's involvement, we're obviously going to find out. But this will be the first video games that will be under the new Vantage Studios. And yeah, they're confirming that it is going to be coming soon. And apparently they asked him about his son and about nepotism. I don't care about that. I just wanted to tell you about Assassin's Creed and Far Cry. All right. Next one up, some good news regarding the game that we're going to be playing tonight. We're going to be continuing our playthrough of Neo 3, so stay tuned on Grivcast after Hypnocast tonight. We're going to be playing Neo 3. It's been a few days since we were able to play, so I can't wait. But Neo 3 has officially sold over 1 million copies in just 2 weeks. and it broke Team Ninja's record and is carrying the series to 10 million sales overall. This is all Nioh games. Nioh 2 launched in March of 2020 and took over a year to sell 2 million copies across all platforms. So its successor is well on track to beat that milestone. I'd also be remiss to not point out that Nioh 3 isn't even available on Xbox yet. It's a 6-month PS5 exclusive. Though with the state of Microsoft's console, I'm not sure that quite evens it out. Nevertheless, after an extraordinary generous demo, it's quite literally about the first 10 hours of the game, so go hog wild, and very positive reviews, I'm not surprised to see Nioh 3 doing so well right off the rip. So that's great. That's great. I love seeing games like this do well. Thoroughly enjoying this game. I think it's a banger for sure. I've gotten through quite a bit of it. I would say I'm probably getting close to about halfway through, maybe a little bit less than that, but pretty damn good game for sure. So congratulations on 1 million sales. I'm sure it's going to beat every record they have. Let's talk about this. Hold on, where is it at? Let's talk about, we got 2 more topics. Let's talk about number 1, the cease and desist letter. So somebody ended up making a long ass post on Twitter, okay? And this post has to do with Blue Point Studios being shut down, right? So he made a post talking about how with the closure of Blue Point Studio, now it feels like the right time to share something. And what he shared is a cease and desist letter that Sony actually sent him regarding his second Bloodborne remake project that he posted about in November 2024. He says, I was incredibly excited about this project and worked on it a lot of my spare time. Then I received the letter you can see here. I told myself, okay, I expected this might happen. Maybe it's because a real Bloodborne remake is actually in development with Blue Point leading it for the PS6 launch. I didn't say anything in March 25 because I decided to repurpose all the assets I had created for that project into a new game set in my own universe inspired by Bloodborne. My plan was to reveal the letter once the game was ready to communicate. Unfortunately, plans have changed. I'd rather speak about it now, as my disappointment is immense. The disappearance of Blue Point is a tremendous loss for the industry and for the dream of a Bloodborne remake. Why are you making such absurd decisions, Sony? Shutting down a talented studio while you're not even making a Bloodborne remake, and on top of that, sending cease and desist letters to small fan projects. Are you serious, right? So they sent this letter, and it just goes to show where the priorities are for Sony. And like I said before, one of my conspiracies was actually, and it's so ironic to see him say this, I said this a few streams ago. One of my conspiracies was that I feel like they were holding on to Bloodborne to turn that into a PS6 launch title, whether it's a remake or a sequel. I feel like that's what they were really trying to do. They were trying to maximize sales on all ends, either with the software or with the console itself. And I mean, that may not be the case. You know, a lot of people thought Blue Point was going to lead the Bloodborne remake because they remake all the Souls-like games. But yeah, doesn't seem like that's going to be the case anymore. Hypnotic is right about everything. Not everything. I'm not right about everything. Sony and Microsoft bankrupt when? Not for a long time, bro. Not for a long time. They got all the money in the world. That's cope. I don't think it's cope. I don't think it's cope at all. I don't think it's cope to think that they would come out with a Bloodborne remake or a sequel to launch their PS6 with. I don't think it's cope because for them, I think a lot of people, number one, the price is going to deter a lot of people. So they need something that's going to make people want to buy the console. And number two, I think that considering that the jump from PS4 to PS5 was not that drastic for a lot of people, especially for a long period of time, right? The first few years of the PS5's existence was basically nothing for the most part. And then now they're starting to come out with games towards the end of its life cycle. It still has another few years and then that's it. But I think that it's not cope to think that a massive game like Bloodborne they would utilize as a PS6 launch title, considering that they've been holding off on this title long enough that they can hold off for as many years as they want now at this point, because most people are expecting that it's never going to come out. So that level of surprise would create a level of FOMO that a lot of people would end up buying the console. At least that's what I think anyway. You know? Hypnotic is right about everything except for his opinion on pineapple pizza. With that one, I am absolutely right on. I will take that. They'll get Dust Bloods? Nah. I think Dust Bloods is a way to get people to buy a Switch that would otherwise never buy a Switch. I think that they're trying to aim for the hardcore From Software fans that play most of their games on PlayStation and PC, and they're trying to convince them with an exclusive game, if they're such big fans, to go buy a Switch so they can play the game. That's what I think they're trying to do with that. Hence the reason why Nintendo, paid so much money, which I'm sure was a lot, to get them to make a exclusive game for their platform. Join the Half-Life hopers. No, Half-Life is totally different. Half-Life is another level of cope that is we're not even in the same ballpark. We're not even in the same ballpark. I feel like Bloodborne cope and Half-Life cope, like, not even in the same ballpark. One doesn't pop the AI bubble, it bursts on its own. Yeah, I mean, like most bubbles, they tend to burst on their own. So in any case, he got sent to cease and desist, and pretty much all his ideas of what's happening with Bloodborne has been shattered. And he's asking a question that I think a lot of us have asked, especially yesterday. We talked about this. Why are you shutting down single-player studios? For Sony, their single-player video games are their most successful video games by a long shot. If you look at copies sold, they're some of the most successful franchises by a long shot. But are they the most profitable? I would say yes on the grand scale, because they've had way more live service failures or cancellations than they've had single-player failures. A lot of their single-player games sell millions of copies. Their live service adventures, a lot of them have failed. You have Helldivers 2 that did very well, but aside from that and a couple of other games, most of their live service games don't even see the light of day. So it's not even a thing, But in any case, kind of gay that they're closing down another single-player studio, man. Really gay. Really, really gay. Half-Life 2 came out when I was a teen. I'm 40 now. Oh, shit, Sadikin. Damn. That sucks. You're going to be 70 by the time the game comes out. It's crazy. Wait. What the fuck is this, bro? What the fuck is this? Hold on. Grab your titties. Give me a second. What? Oranges on pizza is better than pineapple. Excuse me? What the fuck did this man say? Ban him? Bro. What? Hey, time him out for 10 seconds, bro. No, you know what? I'm doing it myself. I want the pleasure. I want the pleasure to do it. Hold on. Don't take it away from me. Don't take it away. Oh, I can't do it from inside of StreamYards anymore. That's gay. How dare you take that away from me? Where are you? I'm timing out for 10 seconds. That's insane, bro. That's insane. You're cooked. Doggy the gnome. You're cooked. 10 seconds. Come back in 10 seconds. That's crazy, bro. Only 10 seconds? Yeah, because I don't actually want to ban him. He's a good guy. But what the fuck is that, bro? Oranges on pizza? That's a war crime. Yes, I agree. That's a war crime. That's crazy, bro. That's like these people, they're like, oh yeah, I like my steak well done. Well done. Ban him. Ban him for 10 seconds. Well done. Fucking disgusting. What do you like, eating wood? Jesus Christ, man. It's disgusting. Anyway. We got Mr. Melancholy with it too. Says Roblox, a PDF files paradise. Facts. That seems to be the case. And you know what? Think about this, right? All those hours that are being spent playing Roblox, there's no fucking way those are all kids. There's just no way. I refuse to believe that. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. So there's a lot of adults playing Roblox for sure. Torinol with a 5 on Rumble says Half-Life 3 will be like Star Trek Academy. Its appearance is inevitable and to be dreaded, as it will be a pure money grab by inferior artists. Maybe, but I don't know if Valve has that problem, because here's the thing. Valve, they don't really make video games like that anymore, so it's really hard to determine whether or not they would have that problem. Considering they're a private company, they have certain ideologies when it comes to hiring and whatnot. I just don't know if they would have that problem. But you might be wrong. I mean, you might be right. You might be right. You might be right. You never know. I will say this though. If Half-Life 3 ever does come out, it is impossible for that game to live up to the hype. Even if it's a good game, there's no way Half-Life 3 will ever live up to the hype. It is fucking impossible. It is literally impossible. You understand? Like, there's no way that's happening. It's going to be a letdown to some extent, somehow, some way. Rex Shop with a 2. Real men eat pizzas with pineapple. You know, you donated 2, so that's not going to be a 10-second ban. But thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the attempt. I appreciate the attempt. It's fucking disgusting. But I appreciate the attempt. No, we're not going to ban him. We're not going to ban him. He donated a 2. Okay, we're not going to ban him. What the fuck is this? A Dare Salted with a 2. Apple slice on pizza. What the Hey, whatever happened to just good old pizza? Like, this is what happens when humans get bored. They start doing weird shit. They start doing weird shit. And then before you know it, it's like you end up with this. You know what I mean? Stop doing weird shit. What the fuck are we doing? Trey Burkhalter with a 10 in lieu of a red boy. I am sending a cleaning bill as that smelled of something rotten. Dude, you need to go to an emergency room. That was it. But thank you, Trey. I appreciate that. Adair Sota. He said in lieu of a red boy. That's funny. Adair Sota with a 2. And also steak well done is the best. All right, that's it. That's it. Nope. You get 1 minute for that. You get 1 minute for that. I don't care if you donated 2. Thank you for the 2. I appreciate that. I'll even give you a heart. I'll give you a heart for the 2. But there is no way that you're going to be talking about eating wood like that and promoting that shit on this stream. Absolutely not. Absolutely not eating wood chips. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You eat steak in order to have a nice, juicy steak. You don't eat steak because you want to replace it with fucking wood chips. What's wrong with you? My God, dude. Jesus Christ. What's wrong with these people? Thank you, Adair Soto. GJ Connick with $1. You guys are nuts. Barbecue pizza's where it's at. You know what? That's fine. Barbecue pizza's fine. Most people that hate pineapple on pizza have never tried it. However, if you have, then it's a fair opinion. This is the same argument that people have with video games. You can't have an opinion unless you play the game. What? The pizza with the pineapple is the same as a trailer for a video game. If I'm looking at the pizza and it fucking disgusts me, then chances are I'm not going to want to try it. I'm allowed to say that looks disgusting. That looks abysmal. And it very well may be delicious, but you know what? I'm never going to know because it looks fucking disgusting. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Guys, we got this started a topic. Look at this. Mr. Melancholy with a 2. Well done steak is a shoe. I agree. Ew. Pineapple on pizza is fine. I seen people put mayo on. Ew. Mayo. Were they white? Was it a white person that did that shit? Mayo? But what? Mayo with pizzas? Nah, bro. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Where are you? Where are you? You're not dodging. You're not dodging. Stop. 10 seconds, bro. 10 seconds. Here we go. Yeah, no. 10 seconds, bro. You got to repent. Think about that. 10 seconds, bro. You're going too far now. You guys are going too far now. That's disgusting. You might as well like jizz on your pizza. That's disgusting, bro. No, that's nasty. That's nasty. What about lobster ice cream with pineapple on pizza? Bro, are you human? Are you human? Dare Soto with a 2. I'm a beaver. My teeth are strong. Yeah, because you're eating wood. Literally. Tiger King with a 2. Sweet potato pizza is awesome. Are you guys even human? Dare Soto with a nice Coca-Cola with it. You know, fuck you, man. All right, fuck you. Pizza's better with Pepsi. Dare Soto with a 2. I put my mails with my scrambled eggs. You are not a human being, right? Like that's impossible. Old Man Cat with a 5. In Japan, squid, ink, corn, broccoli were common pizza toppings. Yeah. In the same place that invented monsters fucking women. Yeah, I would expect that they're probably into some weird food. I would expect that. Zelosi with a 2. Can we just start making them repent already? I'm trying, but there's so many of them. It's weird. It's weird. It's getting insane. It's getting insane. What the fuck, bro? Anyway. Mervoth for $1 says, so is pizza the battle for tomorrow's SNH? No. No, I can't do this. Torinol with a 2 says, buy a frozen pizza, add what toppings you like before cooking, and remember, socially defunct people make a show of trolling with food. That sounds about right. Scrap Gamer with a 5 says, fuck pineapples, I'll take my pizza with bacon strips. Let's go! And Jack Daniels epic mealtime reference. That sounds really good. That sounds really good. Shout out to you, man. Hornstar with 13 months. What are these degenerate food options? Timeouts for all of them. Hey, I'm trying, man. I'm trying, but they keep coming out. They keep coming out of the woodwork. It's crazy. Dare with a 5. You're right about that. I'm not human. I'm a special person in Hypnotic. He sure as fuck are, bro. Beyond special. Crash Collins with $1. Desert pizzas are gay. Okay. That's interesting. All right, let's get to the next topic, boys. Come on, let's exit out, man. We're talking about food. It's crazy, bro. We just pivoted to food for some odd reason. Let's talk about Resident Evil. Let's talk about Resident Evil because this shit is just hilarious, boys. We got to talk about Resident Evil. And again, I'm not going to be talking like specifics and shit like that. I'm taking the ears off because I might upload this as a video. But we're gonna talk about it. So, all right, guys, it is time to talk about Resident Evil 9 Requiem. And the reason why Requiem is in the news today is because if you guys are unaware, there has been massive leaks that have come out regarding Resident Evil Requiem, and the entire story has been leaked online for the most part, including pretty much all the endings or maybe most of the endings. I'm not exactly sure. But I know of at least 2 endings that have been spoiled online, and it is not good. What I will say about this story is that I made a prediction regarding Resident Evil 9, and I will say that I have been vindicated on that prediction, and I will talk about that when the game actually releases. And I feel like a lot of people also would be vindicated because we all kind of saw this coming as to what's going to happen in Resident Evil. But the reason why we're talking about this is because Capcom has decided to pull a Nintendo. Better yet, they decided to pull a Square Enix because Square Enix did the same exact thing with Dragon Quest, right? Before Dragon Quest came out, they said that if you were to showcase the ending of Dragon Quest Remake, that they would send you a cease and desist letter. They will take down your YouTube video. They will legally go after you if you were to spoil the ending of the game within the first 48 hours or 72 hours of the game releasing. It's the most insane thing ever. Obviously, it was just empty threats. They never did anything, but still. Now, apparently, they're doing it with Resident Evil, Requiem, and Capcom. So Capcom shared a statement about the Resident Evil Requiem leaks. And to quote this particular article from The Gamer, it says they will take firm action against those with illegally obtained copies. So what ended up happening was people got their hands on Resident Evil Requiem early. A lot of people got their hands on copies early because they either know somebody or whatever the case would be. This happens all the time, by the way. And apparently they're not happy about that. So what I want to do is I want to go over what they said, number one. And number two, I want to go over my thoughts about this and how overall I think people are forgetting that Resident Evil, in terms of a lore perspective, because a lot of people are angry at the leaks from a story perspective, and I don't blame them. But the story has been pretty fucking convoluted and overall just not that great ever since the end of around like Resident Evil 4 and 5. It's just been absolutely insane. It's been off the deep end and they keep retconning stuff. They keep changing things and they really don't know exactly how they want to go about this. But I got to tell you, man, the leaks are really bad. If you want to go find the leaks, you can find it on your own accord, but we're not going to talk about that specifically in this video. So anyway, physical copies of Resident Evil Requiem have been out in the wild since over a week ahead of launch, and already some major spoilers are flooding the internet as a result. In a new statement shared to X, Capcom addressed the situation directly, explaining that these copies appear to have been obtained through illegal means and that it will take firm action against those who post the footage. Now, obviously here, they're specifically talking about the people who actually got the illegal copies. They're not necessarily taking legal action against anybody who discusses the leaks, but what they will do is they will strike you down. Okay, they will absolutely strike you down. They'll strike down your YouTube video. They'll strike down your Twitter post. They're striking down so much content right now. It's actually insane. Currently, we have found a large number of gameplay videos of Resident Evil Requiem that appear to have been obtained through illegal means. So all this does is confirm, by the way, that the leaks are true. So if you go out there and you find the leaks, just realize that they are absolutely true because they are trying to take this all down. The statement reads as translated by DeepL, for the sake of our customers who are eagerly awaiting this game, we ask that you refrain from publishing or posting gameplay videos on video streaming services or social media before the game's release date. We will take firm action, such as deleting videos or issuing warnings as soon as we become aware of such activity. Posting gameplay videos prior to the release of this game is not only a copyright infringement, but also an act that offends other customers. So we will take that firm action and we will delete videos or issue warnings as soon as we become aware of the activity. Additionally, we ask that anyone viewing this post who happens to see the video in question, please be careful not to watch it or share it. So they're clearly not happy about this whatsoever. This game has about 7 days before it's about to come out. And obviously, they want to keep everything under wraps and for multiple reasons. But I think that one of the reasons why they want to keep things under wraps is because they know that the decisions they made with the story are going to piss off a lot of people. If you are a super fan of Resident Evil in any way whatsoever, I would almost guarantee that you're going to be pissed by the absolute buttfuck retcon ass pull story elements that are in this game. I already read the spoilers, okay? Because reading spoilers for me doesn't ruin playing the experience, okay? That's just how I am. You know, especially with games that I'm not like super invested in, it's fine. If I'm invested in the game, I don't want to know anything. I avoid everything I possibly can. But it's a game. If it's a game that I'm not super invested in, I don't really care. And honestly, my curiosity got the best of me because I predicted something was going to happen. So I kind of wanted to see if I was right, and I was right. So that's besides the point. So though this game, we hope to deliver a story that intertwines mystery and tension and a thrilling gaming experience that challenges unknown threats. The statement concludes, we will appreciate your cooperation in not ruining that excitement for others. Thank you for your understanding. Okay, so now that we know all of that, let's talk about this particular situation. So I ended up quote tweeting this over on Twitter, and I said the following. I said, please don't look at Resident Evil leaks online prior to the release, so when we surprise you with this absolute buttfuck of a story, we can at least keep your money before you find out. Makes sense, right? Now, for me personally, I feel like this is exactly what the strategy is. This is the strategy for a lot of companies. Whenever spoilers like this come out, this is absolutely going to hurt sales. But this game is going to sell gangbusters no matter what, because Capcom games just always do, right? Capcom games always just do gangbusters numbers for the most part, especially Resident Evil. Resident Evil is going to sell an ungodly amount of copies no matter what. People are still going to play the game because they're Resident Evil fans no matter what. That's not going to change, right? But what this will do is that this will either validate what a lot of people have been saying about this game prior to the release, or it's going to piss off fans to the point where maybe instead of buying the game at full price, they might wait for a Capcom sale. They might wait till the game is, 70% off, and then they'll buy the game, right? So that's basically what's going on. And I really think that this is part of it. But obviously, they're going to do everything they can to protect the game from being spoiled, right? So in any case, Resident Evil, overall, it's going to end up in a situation where they got 7 days before the game comes out, and people have to choose whether or not they're going to want to be spoiled or not. And I think a lot of people are choosing to be spoiled, ironically, because I'm seeing so much discussion about this. So many people are talking about the endings. There's 2 endings right now, and both of them are pretty stupid. Not only that, there's a weird, like, how let me see. There's a weird like retcon. I don't even know if you want to call it a retcon. It's not even a retcon. I'll say this. There is a weird decision in the game that it doesn't make any sense for the entirety of the Resident Evil franchise. They made a decision in this game, according to the leaks, that will change the foundation of everything you've ever known about Resident Evil all the way since the beginning. That's how big of a spoiler we're talking about right now. We're talking about a fundamental fucking change all the way to the beginning of the game, and it makes all the other main characters of the game look incompetent. It even makes the villains of the game look incompetent. It's just like, why did you do that? Right? Why did you decide to go with that? So all I gotta say is if these leaks are true, which it looks like they are because they're fighting hard against them, if these leaks are true, this is gonna change everything with Resident Evil. And I think that the reason why they did this is because they want to continue making Resident Evil games with characters that everybody loves. They don't want to start fresh. They don't want to start new because they're worried that without the clout of older characters, that they're not going to be able to get very far. So I think that they did this ass pull. They did this ass pull to try to allow them to continue to make games after this. At least that's how I see it anyway. But anyway, tell you the spoilers. I'm not going to tell you the spoilers. There is no spoilers here whatsoever. If you want to go see the spoilers, go check it out online. You can see it for yourself. You can see it for yourself. But this is like Naughty Dog level spoilers. Do you guys remember when The Last of Us 2 got spoiled? Remember that? And people were coping about there's no way that this is real. There's no way Joel dies, right? There's no way that he gets killed in the beginning. There's no way he gets killed by like a fucking 250-pound muscular female. Like there's no way, no way, no way. And people were coping for months, bro. People were like, there's no way that's gonna happen. And then the game comes out and it plays exactly how the spoilers said, and people are dumbfounded. I think that this is going to be a Last of Us 2 situation for Resident Evil Requiem. I really do. And again, that's not to say that this game is not going to sell well, because this game is going to sell well. It's not to say that the gameplay is going to be boring, because I don't think that's going to be the case at all. I think the game will probably be fun for the most part. But from a narrative perspective in the history of Resident Evil, I don't know what they were thinking. I really don't. I can't wait till we can talk about it. I'll just leave it to you like that. I can't wait till we can talk about it. It's going to be wild. So we'll find out anyway what's going to happen. But we got about 7 days before we find out. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. And if you want to see the gameplay, I will be officially reviewing the game on Griffcast on the Hypnotic Gaming Live. You can come watch it there. Or if you don't want to watch me, you can watch whoever your favorite gaming streamers are. I'm sure there are plenty of people who are going to be reviewing this game live for you to check out. And you'll see. You'll see what's going to happen. We got... let me scroll up here on Rumble. We got... Hold on. Ew. Gray the Merchant for $1 says mayo. Yes. Repent. Yes. Italian dressing from Olive Garden on pizza is delicious. Also, ranch is supreme. I'm not even going to entertain that. That is disgusting. I'm good. Rap the Kratos with a 5. Y'all is gay putting mayo on pizza. How dare you? Nice try. Nice try with that, Rap the Kratos. Gray the Merchant with $1. Repent on pizza. I also put french fries and ranch on it and made a pizza. I also confessed that I used mayo to toast my bread for carne asada and provolone with a Coke, no Pepsi, a Coca-Cola. Yeah, I'm not even going to reference that Coke comment. Nope. Mervoth with $1. Do you think the changes are so bad Die Hard's abandoned it for good? And yes, The Last of Us 2 spoilers were the beginning of the end of that series. Is it that bad? To be honest with you, it's that bad. I think it's that bad. I think it's that bad. It's not necessarily like, it's so hard to talk about this. It's not necessarily something happening to a character. It is what the characters discover, right? So like what they discover is so bad from a narrative perspective, and you're like, what? So this has existed this entire time? What the fuck do you mean this has existed this entire time? How did nobody else find out about this? How did none of the main characters find out about this? How did Wesker not know about this? How did any of this, how did nobody know about this? You know, so I think that revelation is going to be like a what the fuck moment for a lot of people. It was all a dream? No. I would rather take that. Is it time travel? No. I would rather take that. I'm not even kidding. It is like, it makes you wonder, like, what the fuck? You know, because I already knew the story for this game was going to be kind of fucked. Because again, guys, Resident Evil, from a narrative perspective, has been so convoluted. Pretty much since the end of like 4 and 5. It's been so convoluted. It's been so fucked up. They've been doing all these things. They've lost their identity. This particular one, though, this one's exceptionally bad. It really is. It's exceptional. They're all in the Matrix. No. It's pretty bad. What the characters discover, according to the leaks, is pretty bad. I'm hoping that's not true, but considering how hard Capcom's fighting, I think it is true. And if it's true, oh boy, did they keep changing writers? Yeah, I mean they did keep changing writers. That was one of the problems. We got Adair's Host with it too. I put my fries dip in mayo. Bro, that's disgusting. Stop it. Darius Holt with a 5. It's more like how did Palpatine came back to life on that scene meme in a similar way. Like somehow Palpatine came back. Yeah, I mean, I think it's worse than that. I think it's worse than that. Because you know what the problem is? It's a twofold thing. It's a twofold thing, right? So not only do the characters discover something that apparently nobody else knew about in the history of Resident Evil in the decades of this game, not only did they discover something, but that something also does something that would just blow your mind. Anyway, that I'm done talking about it. I don't want to spoil it. You could go read up on the spoilers if you want. I'm sure you're gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. It was aliens. It might as well have been aliens. It's crazy, bro. Anyway, all right. Let's do last topic. We're gonna skip. I had a topic, just so you guys are aware. It's been announced that League of Legends is finally gonna have team voice chat. And basically, all these female streamers are virtue signaling and melting down online about there being voice chat in League of Legends now. And they're trying to say that they're going to get harassed, that they're unsafe around men. It's this whole thing. I was going to cover it. I'll cover it tomorrow. It's not important. I'll cover it tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Mervald says, I remember when Resident Evil 8 main villain, a chick, somehow was an influence from Umbrella and Spencer. Bro, I don't even want to talk about it, bro. I'm telling you, I still don't comprehend the spoilers because I don't want to admit that's a thing, but that's a thing. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk about Microsoft. So something happened over the last 24 hours at Microsoft, and that something is that the entire company imploded. I'm not even kidding. I did not expect that Phil Spencer was going to retire this soon. I knew it was going to be semi-soon, but not this soon. But Phil Spencer is apparently retiring, and he's only got like 3 more days before he's done. But not only that, Phil Spencer retired, and the Xbox chief also decided to step down. Sarah Bond decided to resign from her position, and they have been replaced by somebody called Asha Shah. If you do not know who Asha Shah is, she was in charge of Microsoft's basically AI department, which is crazy. So in this video, we are going to be talking about Asha Sharma and all of her promises that she's been making with Microsoft. And we're also going to talk about how does this or is this going to change anything regarding Xbox and whether or not she's going to be able to save the company from all the failures that have happened over the last few years between the loss of identity with Xbox, which is my biggest criticism for that platform. Xbox, I feel like, does put out some halfway decent games if you know how to look for them, but they have completely lost their identity. Their identity is now everything that they want it to be. The whole, like, everything's an Xbox thing, that was probably one of the worst decisions I think they could have ever made, and now I think it's too late to change it. So the question is she going to be able to change it? And what are her plans for Microsoft gaming and Xbox gaming as a whole? I guess we're going to find out. So we're going to go over it in this video. We're going to look at the announcement. We're going to look at the retirement of Phil Spencer. We're going to look at the resigning of Sarah Bond. And we are also going to cover her official statement that she made, promising people basically the world. Like always, right? Like, I'm almost positive she wrote it with AI. I'm not even kidding. Like the queen of AI for Microsoft that became the CEO of Microsoft Gaming. I'm sure she wrote her statement with AI. Anyway, so new Xbox boss Asha Sharma promises no soulless AI slop after moving over from Microsoft's core AI products division. Keep in mind, guys, Microsoft fired thousands of people, tens of thousands of people last year and this year. They fired thousands upon thousands of people and allegedly replaced a lot of them with AI. Or at least that's what a lot of internal employees have been saying regarding Xbox. So I just find it funny that she's promising no AI slop. Meanwhile, they replaced people with AI. I'm just saying, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop, said the new CEO of Microsoft Gaming. So, okay, so this is the CEO. What we're going to do is we're actually going to go over to Jeff Keighley, who, by the way, is no longer tweeting about Highguard. That's interesting. He was tweeting about Highguard every day, nonstop, and now he's completely stopped. I wonder why that is. So Jeff Keighley says the following. Read a first note from Asha Shah, the new CEO of Microsoft Gaming. She says the following. Dear team, today I begin my role as CEO of Microsoft Gaming. Guys, keep in mind the fact that they had her ready to go immediately tells me that this was in the works for a very long time. Okay, Sarah Bond's supposed resignation. We already knew this. They already knew that was going to happen. I don't think she resigned. I think she got kicked out. But of course, for public sake, they want to make it look as good as possible, especially since it's a woman of color. Especially, they don't want to rustle any feathers. So they're going to give her the way of saying, yeah, she resigned. She decided to quit on her own, right? But anyway, I don't believe that, but that's besides the point. I can't prove it, so that's just my opinion. I feel two things at once, humility and urgency. Yeah, you should really be feeling urgency at this point. Humility because this team has built something extraordinary over decades. Urgency because gaming is in a period of rapid change, and we need to move with clarity and conviction. I am stepping into work shaped by generations of artists, engineers, designers, writers, musicians, operators, and more, who created worlds that have brought joy and deep personal meaning to hundreds of millions of players. The level of craft here is exceptional, and it is amplified by Xbox, which was founded in the belief that the power of games connect people and push the industry forward. Thank you to Phil for his leadership and to every studio, platform, and operations team that built the foundation. We are stewards of some of the most loved stories and characters in entertainment, and bring players and creators together around the fun and community of gaming in entirely new ways. RIP to Phil Spencer, man. Like, listen, Phil Spencer did some good stuff in the industry, but he also did a lot of bad stuff in the industry as well. And at this point, we've been saying for the longest time, bro, these old heads that are in these studios, they gotta go. You know, I'm looking at you, Eve, over there at Ubisoft. You gotta go, bro. Like, your whole family line gotta go. You guys are holding back your companies by doing shit that nobody's asking for. You gotta go. But anyway, my first job is simple. Understand what makes this work and protect it. That starts with 3 commitments. First, great games. Everything begins here. We must have great games beloved by players before we do anything else. Unforgettable characters, stories that make us feel, oh boy. Oh God, leave it up to a woman to talk about stories that make us feel. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta throw that in there. Stories that anyway. Innovative gameplay and creative excellence. We will empower our studios, invest in iconic franchises, and back bold new ideas. We will take risks. We will enter new categories and markets where we can add real value, grounded in what players care about the most. Yeah. So Xbox, you know, and honestly, not just Xbox, but companies in general haven't really been giving players what they care about the most. They've been putting out what they care about the most, and then they're gaslighting you as to why you don't like it and how you should like it. I promoted Matt Booty. I have to. Every time I see Matt Booty, I have to like, come on, bro. His last name is Booty. That's not my fault, okay? I didn't name him. His last name is Booty. Anyway, I promoted Matt Booty in honor of this commitment. He understands the craft and the challenges of building great games. has led teams that deliver award-winning work. It has earned the trust of game developers across the industry. Second, the return of Xbox. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This is the big one. This is the big one right here, right? Because as I've said so many times, man, Xbox's biggest mistake was losing what it meant to be as an Xbox fan. Like nobody knows what an Xbox fan is. You can't say you're an Xbox fan because Xbox doesn't even know what being an Xbox fan is. They tell you that the systems don't matter. Everything's an Xbox. PC is an Xbox. Your toaster's an Xbox. Your fridge is an Xbox. They completely lost the idea of what an Xbox is. So now I'm curious how they're going to bring that back. She says, we will commit or recommit to our core Xbox fans and players. You should. I agree with this. You absolutely should. Those who have invested with us for the past 25 years into developers who build the expansive universes and experiences that are embraced by players across the world. We will celebrate our roots with a renewed commitment to Xbox, starting with console, which has shaped who we are. It connects us to the players and fans who invest in Xbox and to the developers who build ambitious experiences for it. Gaming now lives across devices, not within the limits of any single piece of hardware. As we expand across PC, mobile, and cloud, Xbox should feel seamless, instant, and worthy of the communities we serve. We will break down barriers so developers can build once and reach players everywhere without compromise. So you're not going to do anything? You're not going to focus on you're still going to be doing the same shit you're doing before? Like, how are you going to make it about being an Xbox fan? Like, what are the supporters specifically of Xbox? What are they going to gain? Because right now, this is the lowest selling console by a long shot. So you're just going to keep doing the same thing you were doing before, bro? Like, what are we doing? Anyway, third, future of play. We are witnessing the reinvention of play. To meet the moment, we will invent new business models and new ways to play by leaning into what we already have. Iconic teams, characters, and worlds that people love. But we will not treat those worlds as static IP to milk and monetize. Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, sure. Anybody believe this? I don't believe this shit in the slightest. We will build a shared platform and tools that empower developers and players to create and share their own stories. As monetization and AI evolve and influence this future, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. Bro, the fact that they're calling it AI slop, where they themselves invest probably the most money into AI, is unbelievable to me. You know what I mean? Like, are you guys even self-aware? Games are and always will be art crafted by humans and created with the most innovative technology provided by us. They didn't like me talking about this. Anyway, they didn't like me talking about this. I don't know why. It just like completely reset. I don't know. I guess the AI was like, you will not talk about me. Anyway, so let's continue. So they said that it's going to be created with the most innovative technology provided by us. But the truth is that AI is the most innovative technology that's available to us at the time. So how are you going to say that you're not going to have supposed AI slop? But all that really means is that you're going to try to invest in AI so much to the point where people can't notice that it's AI. You don't want people to call it AI slop, but you're absolutely going to be doing AI. 100%. We all know you're going to be doing AI. So they're hoping that nobody notices, or they're hoping that people accept it and consider it to be high quality. The next 25 years belong to the teams who dare to build something surprising, something no one else is willing to try, and have the patience to see it through. We have done this before, and I'm here to help us do it again. I want to return to the renegade spirit that built Xbox in the first place. It will require us to relentlessly question everything, revisit processes, protect what works, and be brave enough to change what does not. Thank you for welcoming me into this journey, Asha. So, again, guys, I got to be honest with you. I feel like this entire statement was probably written by AI, or it was written by a PR firm that utilized AI. I don't know. All I'm saying is that it's pretty obvious to me that not much is going to change. This was one big corporate way of saying we're going to be doing the same thing we're going to be doing before, but we just want you to hear the words that we want you to hear so that you give us an opportunity to buy our stuff as we continue to do the same thing. Like, you had me here for a second. The return of Xbox. I was like, okay, so are you going to be supporting the people that have been supporting you exclusively? I still can't believe there are exclusive Xbox fans, but there are. And those people deserve support. But apparently you're not going to be supporting them. You're still going to be focused on PC, mobile, cloud, and everything, and trying to basically go across all platforms. You know what it is? I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. Xbox wants to be, and I'll make myself bigger for this. Xbox wants to be Steam. Microsoft wants to be Steam so bad. They want Xbox to be Steam so bad. So bad. That's what they want. They want Xbox to be Steam. They want to be able to have a digital storefront that is seamless across multiple platforms. That's what they want. But in any case, people are panicking because now they're thinking there's going to be mass layoffs, because anytime there's a new executive leader put in place, normally you're going to have a lot of cost cutting. Normally you're going to have a lot of, tightening. Let's just say tightening the ship a little bit. And now, apparently, they've made the promise that no layoffs at Xbox as a result of leadership shakeup. The new chief content officer, Matt Booty, says the following: "My focus is on supporting the teams and the leaders we have in place and creating the conditions for them to do their best work." Matt Booty is promising that he's not going to put you out on your booty. Now, whether or not you believe that or not, I'm going to leave that up to you. But I got to be honest with you, I don't believe that, because quite frankly, it's pretty clear that they have done this before and they will do it again. They absolutely will do it again, right? So what does this mean overall for Xbox? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. This particular person being in charge of AI in the past tells me where their mindset is in terms of the company moving forward. Sarah Bond being kicked out on her ass is another shocking thing, to be honest with you. They, of course, replaced one brown woman with another brown woman, because why not? But I don't know, man. I'm hopeful for the Xbox fans. I hope you get what you want. I hope you get what you want out of the platform. But I will say this: we are about to witness massive changes to Game Pass. I believe that, and I'll explain why. I think we're going to see massive changes to Game Pass because Phil Spencer, Game Pass was his baby, right? Game Pass was basically all Phil Spencer. Anything that's ever happened to Game Pass was with the idea of Phil Spencer behind it. So if Phil Spencer is no longer part of the company, I feel like it's anything goes regarding Game Pass, and I think Game Pass is going to drastically change. By the end of this year, don't be surprised if you see certain things happen with Game Pass, whether they're combining tiers, separating tiers, increasing the price again, like I said last time they were going to do. Xbox fans literally yelled at me in my comments when I told them that Game Pass was going to raise to the price that I think it's going to raise at, and then lo and behold, I was close by like a couple of dollars, and they ended up raising the price, and then I never heard from them again because they're like, "Oh shit, I think it might happen again." I think we're definitely there. So time will tell regarding Xbox, but it's an interesting shakeup, and it's something that I did not see coming all at the same time. Phil Spencer retiring, Sarah Bond leaving, a new CEO, and a new freaking whatever the other guy's title is. All of it's happening on the same day. That's a lot of change for a company this big. But we'll see how this turns out. Let me see. We got a couple of more supers. We got Jason Alto with it too. So a bad dragon is an Xbox? Basically. Yep. Adair Sultan with it too. Your PlayStation is an Xbox. The list goes on. How insulting is that? Ron DFK with it too. Will Xbox reverse deleting of all communities? Probably not. Adair Sultan with a 5. FBI, Xbox, open up. You're talking bad about us. I don't think so. So they're trying to shut you down. Yeah, seriously. That was funny. Twisted Mass with a 5. If Hypno becomes an Xbox, when does it become a... Oh, you did not. You did not do that, bro. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Panthro with it, too. Sarah Bond is getting her paycheck from Tyson now. Well, she did. It is funny that she joined the board. She joined the board over at Tyson. And a lot of people were saying, why did she join the board over at Tyson if she was working with Xbox? It's like, where's the correlation? You're working with a gaming company, and now you're joining the board of directors of a food company? How the fuck does that work? And now we know why. She was tired of pretending like she actually liked video games, so she fucking left and went to go talk about food. That's exactly why. Shocker, right? Adair Sultan with a 5. As you can see her eyes, you can tell she has plans for Xbox. Not for the gamers or the consumer, but politics and shareholders focus more Nothing changes. Yeah, no, it is never going to be anything that's going to benefit us. Anytime these people that are put in power, they're put in power for a reason. And it's because they are the ones who are going to do exactly what the company and the shareholders want. They don't give a fuck about what the gamers want. They give a fuck about what the shareholders want. Omega with a 2 says, new Xbox slogan, power your dreams, do not redeem. True. I forgot to put my ears back on. Shit, I did. Now they're back on. Let me check Rumble. We got, let me see. Denariah with a membership. Thank you, Denariah. Appreciate that, bro. Torinol with a 2. Pretty sure AI played strongly into Microsoft's update of SAPFU this year. It surpasses all previous fucks. Popcorn on order. Nice. And yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, she knew jack shit about games. Yeah, bro. Like she, again, and to be fair, neither does this woman they're putting in. These people do not play games. They're not gamers. They're executives, right? These are corporate executives. They have a goal. We all know what their goal is, and they're going to try to reach that goal. It has nothing to do with the love of the game. I think Phil Spencer was more of a gamer than any of these people. As crazy as that may sound, I really do think that. I think Phil Spencer was more of a gamer than these people. These women, they're not fucking gamers, bro. They're not up playing video games late at night. They're not playing video games in their downtime. They're reading romance novels, bro. Like, let's be real. They're not playing video games. And if they are, it's like Candy Crush. You know, she left Xbox to go work for Tyson. How the fuck does that even correlate? A video game company to a chicken company. What the fuck? Anyway, it is what it is. All right, guys, listen, shout out to all you guys. What an awesome fucking stream, man. That if you are not going to hang out with us for the waifu battle, I implore you to go check out the gaming stream that's going to be live pretty soon. The link is right there. I put it in the chat. That is the link to the gaming stream. We are finally bringing back the gaming streams. We're doing it tonight. So let's have some fun. And I appreciate all you guys and the support today. The support was insane. I haven't seen this many 50 membership ultra mega hyper bangers in the longest time. So shout out to Zevin Cross and shout out to King Demon Wing. And shout out to all you guys for continuing the membership train. That was insane. I've never seen this many green names. Back to back was crazy, man. Holy shit. Dragon Defender, what game? I'm going to be playing Neo 3 because we got to catch up on progression. Since we weren't streaming, we lost time, so we got to make up some time. Cartoon Man with a 5. Gaming in the West is dead, along with local hardware. The horrible future is cloud-based. I don't want to live in a world where we do cloud-based gaming. I just don't. And I think that they're going to try to push cloud-based gaming as the affordable option and personalized gaming as the exclusive, expensive option. You know how like powerful rigs right now, really, really powerful PC rigs are considered a luxury. I think they're gonna do that with just generalized PC gaming or just gaming in general, like localized gaming. Otherwise, the cloud is gonna be the affordable option. Thank you for the 5, though. Yamato says I'm reading the leaks right now, and he's laughing. Yeah, dude. The leaks are so bad. They're so bad with Resident Evil. All right, guys, listen. Thank you again for the support. If you're not gonna hang out for the waifu battle, go hang out in the gaming stream. We're gonna do the waifu battle, and then we're gonna move on to the gaming stream. So let's do it. Thank you guys for the support again. All right, boys. Waifu Battle is here. If you guys missed the waifu battle last night, it was quite interesting to say the least. However, we have crowned a brand new champion, and that is none other than the one and the only Felicia, who defeated Black Cat yesterday. Not surprising. Not surprising in the slightest, boys. So before we bring out the challenger, let's go over the rules of engagement. Rule number 1. All super chats during the waifu battle can and will count towards a particular waifu, but the only way they're going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. You got to put the name first. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat first, then it will not count. It doesn't matter how big they are. If you super chat after the fact that you put the name of the wife and you forgot to put the first time first, then I will make it count. Rule number 2. You can vote for any waifu regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You can vote for the champion, who is Felicia, or you can vote for the challenger, who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who's on screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It does not matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen will be the one that counts. So please, if you are going to vote, vote early and vote hard, ladies and gentlemen. Do we understand the rules? We don't understand a thing. Trust me. I know. All right, guys, listen. I mean, it's Felicia, right? So, like with Felicia, we all know that there's only one particular challenger that, at least in the beginning anyway, should be going up against Felicia. It's only natural for this rivalry to continue. Every time Felicia becomes champion, the first one that goes up against her is pretty obvious. All right, boys. The challenger that's going to go up against Felicia is going to be none other than the one and the only Morrigan, also from Darkstalkers, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Felicia or is it going to be Morrigan? Let me know in the super chats, boys. The names are on the bottom. Let's find out. Take your pick. What Temu AI were you using, bro? I was using whatever AI allows me to make the waifu battle that much more interesting. Thank you, Tiger King. I'm not surprised that you don't like it. Crash Collins immediately with a $20 banger on Rumble. Says, Felicia, I am not a furry. Are you sure about that? Are you positive about that? Let's be honest. Are you positive? Thank you for the 20. Deadeye's Lock with a 2 says Morrigan. Thank you, Deadeye's Lock. I appreciate that. Holy shit. Oh my god. Biolty Wolf with a $50 mega banger. He says, Felicia, I will never change and no one will stop me. Damn. The love for Felicia is unreal. From Biolty Wolf. Shout out to you, my man. Thank you for the $50 mega banger. I appreciate that. Jesus. Mr. Melancholy with a 2 says, Morrigan, I'm gonna suck you bust. That was very descriptive. Thank you. Gray Soul with a 2 says, Felicia, sucks that she beat Black Cat yesterday. She did. Ali Kusanagi with a $20 banger for Morrigan. I like that. This is a fight right now. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Right now, Felicia has quite a lead because of Crash Collins and Biolty Wolf, but this is still anybody's game right now. May says they're a hashtag Team Morrigan. Biolty Wolf says, I don't give a fuck. John D says, Felicia is one of the few furries that we will all make an exception for. And with good reason. Can I get an amen? Tiger King says, Fury, I keep saying Fury. Furry loyalty. There we go. Makes sense. Biolty Wolf says, amen. Gray Soul says, amen. Lenny Kun says, you sus as fuck, bro. Crazy. Crash Collins with a $20 banger on Rumble again. And he says, Felicia, I am still not a furry. I think he's coping, guys. I think Crash Collins is fighting within himself. He doesn't want to admit that he might be a little bit of a furry. So I think we need to help him come to terms with that. He needs to come to terms with that. I guess we'll see. Morrigan right now is getting a little bit felted. Just a little bit felted. Blue-eyed Scorpio with a 189 says, Felicia, I'm a sucker for cheeks. Even furry. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised, boys? Sonic Fox will be proud of all you furries. Oh my god. That's insane. All right, boys. Blue-eyed Scorpio, thank you for the 189. Morrigan's coming off screen, and now it's time to bring out everybody's favorite waifu, it seems. None other than Felicia, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Morrigan or is it going to be Felicia? Let's find out which way it's going to go, boys. It could go either way still. This is not over until it's over. It's not over until it's over. Hope Felicia wins. Cute picture. Oh, thank you, Kurakami. Appreciate that, man. You have a good night, bro. We'll see you on SNH tomorrow. We'll see you on SNH tomorrow. Old man Kaz says, damn sweaty underboob. Demon Carol with a 5 says, Morrigan, SNH plays future idea Winrose demo or when the game actually launches. That's that new pirate game, right? That game looks pretty cool. I saw they have like, what, 18,000 people playing it right now? It's amazing. That game came out of nowhere. It has 18,000 people playing it, but supposedly 1348X Vota with 100,000 wish lists apparently can only get 100 people to play the game. It's crazy. DJ Conic with a 5 says, Felicia over on Rumble. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. You know what's funny? Hold on, let me lower the music really quick. You know what's so ironic? You know what? It doesn't even matter. I was gonna talk about 1348, but I don't even want to bother. It's fine. Fuck that game. Fuck it. Okay, I'll talk shit. All right, so I ended up looking into wish lists, right? On Steam. I ended up looking into wish lists on Steam, and I was like, how common is 100,000 wish lists? Right? Like, what does it take to get to 100,000 wish lists? You know what I found out? I already knew this was the case, but I didn't realize it was this extreme. So, in order to get to 100,000 wish lists on Steam, that would make you the top less than 1% of all video games on Steam. That is up there with video games that get like hundreds of thousands of concurrent players on Steam. 100,000 wish lists puts you at the top less than 1% on Steam. That means that you beat out 99+% of video games in popularity, but yet you somehow only got 100 people to play your demo. So how exactly is that possible? Jason Long with a 5 says, Felicia, furries unite. God damn it. Morrigan is not getting any love. It is not good, man. She's getting felted by the cat. Yeah, it's super sus, bro. It's like video games that have 100,000 plus wish lists usually end up with pretty decent concurrent player counts. They're very popular video games in some way, shape, or form. So if you got 100,000 wish lists, you got only 100 people to play your demo. That doesn't math. That doesn't math. Crash Collins with a 10 says, Felicia, ... not a furry. Bro, you are coping. You are a furry. DJ Conic with a 5 for Felicia on Rumble. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, boys. Felicia's coming off screen. It is now time for the final countdown. Final countdown. Rumble, stop lagging. Rumble, stop lagging. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. waiting for Rumble, 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 waiting. That's it.
Waifu Battle Belt is mine!
Zevin Cross is the last super chat that is going to count, and it is a $100 Red Boy Hyper Banger, and it says Morrigan all day, every day. What a fucking chair shot right off the... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's insane, bro. That is insane. And then BioT Wolf dropping a 10 banger for Felicia for using one of my pictures. I don't care. I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. Yeah, Sonia sent them to me. So I was like, fuck it, why not? All right, mods, count it up. In the meantime, Zevin Cross is going to get a clip. And I know exactly the clip that everybody wants after an epic waifu battle. I already know what it's going to be, boys. Let's go.
All right, boys, we got another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Shout out to Zevin Cross with the $100 Red Boy Hyper Banger. I appreciate that, my man. What a crazy chair shot, bro. Monkey Man says, I missed his super at the beginning of the battle. Did I? When does a turkey know it can't open a door? When it becomes a pet? You mother... Well, I didn't miss it now. Thank you, Monkey Man. I appreciate the 5. I apologize for missing your dono. I apologize, man. I don't know how I missed that. My mistake. My mistake. We've come full circle. Yes, we've come full circle. All right, feed the ducks, man. Feed the fucking ducks. Jesus Christ, boys. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's crazy. More cake? No. We only got one Red Boy. We can't do more cake. We can't do it. No. Guys, join me tonight for Neo. We got people donating over there already. What the fuck? Join me tonight for Neo. Secret Final Boss donated 5 over there. He's like first. That's crazy. It's going to be a good time to get back into the gaming. No, we're not getting more cake. Old man Cad. We're not getting more cake. All right, the numbers are in. What?
Holy shit.
Holy shit, boys. Oh my God. And I put the belt on Morgan. That's crazy. I thought for sure she won. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. Felicia at $123.99 against Morgan at $121.70. Oh my God, boys. Which means the winner and still Waifu Battle champion is none other than the one and the only Felicia, ladies and gentlemen. God, yeah, bro, that's crazy. Crazy, $2. Oh my God. Let's do it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. One more time, boys. There is most definitely coping and seething happening right now. Like there's no way there's not.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
I'm definitely coping. And that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen, for the Waifu Battle. Felicia's going to go backstage where she will face off against another Waifu Sunday. Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Do not miss it, ladies and gentlemen. And, of course, tomorrow, SNH. We got an SNH battle that we're going to do tomorrow. I'm not telling you what it is until it happens, but it's going to be glorious. I cannot wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Join us tomorrow, SNH, 8 p.m. Don't miss it. 1 hour earlier than Hypnocast. It's going to be a great, great time. We got a lot we got to talk about. There's been so much. Look at BioT-Wolf, bro. Literally celebrating by $2. What a dick. What a dick. Shout out to BioT-Wolf. Thank you, bro, for the 2. It's going to be a good time, man. It's going to be a good time. All right, boys. Join me over at the gaming stream. We're going to go raid ourselves right now. If you don't want to wait for the raid, here is the link. Here is the link. There you go. I put it in both chats right now. That is the link for the gaming. What the fuck is this? Hickory Excalibur with a super late boy hyper banger. $99.99 says at the request of an old man, more cake. What the fuck? Do you seriously want more orc cake? Is that what you want? You want more green? You want more green? Is that what it is? Oh my God, bro. That's insane. I don't like literally last second Red Boy is crazy. Now you have to do it. Yeah, I guess I do have to do it. Yeah. I do have to do it. This man is a true patriot. Yeah. That makes sense. It has been a very green day. That is true. It has been a actually pretty crazy green day. Hickory says, gotta support the people. Shit, man. I appreciate that. That's one way to support the people. Everybody shout out Hickory Excalibur for dropping a late $99.99 Red Boy Hyper Banger, which means we're going to go out with some green ladies. So thank you guys so much for the likes, the comments, the spams, the super chats, the gifted memberships, and everything. I appreciate it. And shout out to the Hypno Mods for doing what they do every single day. Thank you, Sonia, for counting today. And I will see every single one of you tonight on the gaming stream in about an hour. Until then, go be bigots and go be gooners. Stay to the end for the raid or use the link to go over. Bye.
All right, boys, we got another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Her dog, or her cat, was named Vagina. Vagina. Vagina.
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life.